Hello everyone, it's Jennifer and thank you for joining me today. I have this gorgeous Color Classics bead strand in steel blue from Jesse James Beads. I also have some silver paperclip chain, also from Jesse James Beads, that I want to incorporate into a bracelet, maybe a double strand bracelet. And so with that, I have a couple of crimp tubes from Softflex Company. These 2x2 crimp tubes are absolutely amazing. They're sterling silver, and let me grab my magical crimpers. And so I have some magical crimpers that, as you can see, just have one well. So they're not your typical crimper where there's two wells, right? This one here will, the very first crimp, you will flatten the four corners of the crimp tube, and then as you crimp and go around the crimp, it actually turns into a ball, so it ends up looking like a bead. And so I really like using these with my designs because then, and I don't always use them in my designs. It's just this one here, I really feel that having that bead-like finish is just that finishing touch that I need for this design. And what else are we going to use? We are going to use Softflex Extreme Flex. I love this beading wire. I use this for all my fine line jewelry. So like my sterling silver and gold filled jewelry, I will use the sterling silver beading wire for all of those pieces. So what we're going to use is we're going to use our magical crimper. We're going to need a pair of bent chain nose pliers, and then just a regular pair of chain nose pliers, and it's just going to be to assemble the findings at the end. So something that I already did was I took some, I think these are probably maybe 7mm, maybe 6mm, because I think this is a 6mm closed. Yep, so it's probably about 7mm. And I just took these jump rings. They're really, really good jump rings, and I just linked them together to make an extender. So, and then I had this closed jump ring just in case, but I decided to go with the extender instead. I have some smaller jump rings in the bright silver because we're going to be bringing together the sides. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take these apart. And this is a gorgeous strand. I guess I need some cutters here. This is a beautiful strand, and I'm not really completely sure how I'm going to put it all together. But I know that I need a bracelet because I know that I need a blue bracelet. So I am going to take it apart, and instead of keeping it in its original form, I'm just gonna section it off and just separate everything out because I don't know how I'm gonna put the bracelet together. I wanna make sure that I have all my little findings out, and I don't necessarily have to go in the same order. All right, these square beads are so beautiful. I love them. And we have some rondelles. We have some crystal rondelle spacers. These gorgeous crystallized beads. So pretty. Then we have, at the very end, we have some little cube beads. So those are cute. And we have a bunch of these littler rondelle spacers. We have this one here. All right, so what we're going to do, we have these other spacers. So what I'm going to do is I usually work from the spool just because I don't like to have a lot of waste, but this is going to be, I'm going to be exposing this. I'm going to be going in and out with 2 strands. And so I am going to go ahead and do about 8, 16, probably about 20 inches. It's a lot more than what I need. But I know that I'm not going to get to the end, and I'm not going to have enough, and I'm going to still have enough. Okay, so I'm not going to use the wire guards. I cut out the part where I put the wire guard on, and it just really kinked up one of the sides. I'll show you what it did. So I did something really wrong, but I didn't want that exposed. So I'll use that for something else. So I am not going to I'm not going to put wire guards on them. And that's fine because this is really good wire. So I will just, maybe I'll put this on first so that I don't have to open. If I don't have to open up, if I don't have, you know what I can do? I can put this on the closed, like so, and then attach it. Okay, so maybe that's what I'll do. Just to add a little bit of protection there. Though, I mean, I don't really need it. This is really good wire. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring that down. So I'm gonna bring this down to the end and give it a little bit of wiggle room, right? And then make sure that I'm not crossing. Okay, so we're gonna give it a little bit of wiggle room. We're gonna separate these so they're not crossing. Okay, then we're gonna come in with our crimpers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right in this first well here, or the only well really, and I'm gonna give it a little bit of a squish. So when I give it a squish, it just bends down the four corners. Then I just turn it 90 degrees and then give it another bit of a squish. And then I just start turning this around, and I turn it around until I keep turning it until there's no, you can feel that there's nothing that's squishing, right? And so then I know that I've got that completely, you know, down to the shape that I want it, which is like a, you know, it's like a ball, like a bead. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to add, let's add a couple of beads. So I'm gonna add a couple of beads like so. Okay, and I don't necessarily want them sitting on top of each other, but I want them to be able to move too. So then I'm gonna go ahead and put one of these guys on. This one's so pretty. It just goes so well with all the silver, and I love this beading wire. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Then let's go ahead and bring in another one. So let's go ahead and do another little batch like this, and then we'll save two for the other end. Okay. Then let's go ahead and bring in one of these guys. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and bring in like two of these with one of these, like so. Oh yeah, that's cute. Then we'll go ahead and bring in another one of these guys. And again, I had no idea what I was going to do. Okay, and so when I'm looking at that, that's about halfway what I want. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I am going to go ahead and do one of these guys, do one of these guys. So now I'm going to start working the other way. Oh, it's not one, it's two. All right. And then I don't want them separated, even though they're probably going to move around quite a bit. And then what did we have? So we have that, that, that. Let's do another one of these guys. Okay. Then we're going to do one of these, one of these, and you could pay attention to see which strand you're working on to see if it is on the same, like this one here. It looks like it's on the same strand. That's fine. It's okay. Okay, and then we need one of these. There we go. And again, you can bring this as close together as you need to, so that if you want to put all of these together, you know, get them a little bit closer, see what you want. Now we're getting down to the end. So I'm gonna go ahead and put one of these guys on and one of these guys. All right, so now I just need to determine how big I need this. And this is pretty good. I think I'm gonna just bring it down just a little, a hair more. And I don't like wasting, so we are going to be probably making maybe a children's bracelet with that. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and we need to form a loop on this side. So we're gonna go ahead and bring those two together, bring them down to the end, just like so. And I don't want it sitting right on top of there, so I want it to be a little off like this one. I'm gonna bring one back through. So that we can make a loop. I want to try and get the same size. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and I think I could come down a little bit more because I want to try to have it about the same on both sides. Okay, so now let's bring down, oops, that was a bit much. Let's see if I can grab it. So sorry that you're having to go through all this with me here. All right, okay, so I pulled it just a little too much, and then let's go ahead and pull it back a little bit, little bit, little bit. And again, this is kind of sitting a little wonky. Okay, how much is there? How much is on that side? Quite a bit more. So let's just try. This is just preference here, trying to make it at least the same. All right, okay, so now we're gonna come back in with our crimper, our magic crimper here. Go ahead and make sure that your crimp tube is in there and give it a squish. Okay, you got your 4 corners pinched down. Now let's go ahead and turn it 90 degrees and then go ahead and do this here and get going. There we go. Okay, and then we have that bead-like finish. Now we need to come in and get these all trimmed off. This is perfect length for making kids stuff. All right, so it's not gonna go to waste. Okay, go ahead and come in and give that a little bit of a trim. And then come in and give that a little bit of a trim. Okay, and I didn't get it down far close enough. So just kind of come in and just get as close as you can. All right, so there we go. Okay, and then you could just kind of maneuver stuff around and get them however you wish. Then what I want to do is this. So I want to add an extra layer here. So what I'm going to do is and I don't know if it's going to be, it's probably, I mean, I would be real lucky if it all aligned perfectly, but if it doesn't, that's fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up. This is the extender that I made with some 7mm. I have that closed jump ring there, and then I'm gonna attach the paper clip. Okay, you heard that lock into place. It locked into place, right? So now what I need to do is I need to make this side about the same, and I can sort of make it about the same. So I'm gonna trim it off about right there. So let's come in and give it a little bit of a trim. Okay. And yes, I could have put a wire guard on this side, and I didn't because then it won't match right. So now look, I have like one here. I have one there. I can put stuff together and make a pretty pendant with some of this stuff in between, right? It's probably what I'm gonna do. Probably gonna make a real pretty pendant. What else do I have in here? Yeah, so I'm gonna make a pendant for a matching necklace. All right. So now, so we have this all put together. Let's go ahead and grab one of these smaller jump rings. And I just realized, where is your lobster clasp, Jennifer? I don't have it yet. So let me grab it here. I have this Fandy Dandy Beadalon variety pack right here at my fingertips. This is also available at jessiejamesbeads.com. Has a lobster clasp, it has a spring clasps, and then it has a variety of different sizes of jump rings and some tags. And I think those are crimp, I think are crimp beads. So a wonderful little package here that you can get. And it also comes in, since I have them out, also comes in the gunmetal and the antique brass. So really cool to have right at your fingertips. Doesn't take up a lot of room either. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. And I don't want it to be all twisted, so let's just go ahead and put that on, and get our little spring clasp on. And get that nice and locked into place. And here you go. Beautiful little quick and easy necklace or bracelet using that steel blue bead strand from Jessie James Beads and some paperclip chain from Jessie James Beads, along with some extreme flex from Soft Flex Company. I have a few things left over. Gonna make a pendant with the rest here. And let's look at the time. Let's just go ahead and do that. Let's just go ahead and do that right now. All right, so let's see if we're gonna do like this. Maybe we can do like this and add these little guys in there, right? And then let's go ahead and add this in there and add that spacer. How does that sound or look? All right, so let's see. I have some 18 gauge wire here, but I think I'm going to use some 20 gauge. So let's grab some 20 gauge craftwire from Soft Flex, and I am going to do it a little differently. I have an idea. Let's take about 10 inches. It's probably going to be way too much. But what I want to do is I want to go ahead and make a wrapped loop. So let's go ahead and just make a wrapped loop here. Bring in my round nose pliers from Soft Flex. Come in about halfway because this is going to be the top. So this is going to be the top of the bill. So I'm going to come in about halfway. Turn that, push that to the back, and then get that nice and even. Okay, then I'm going to come in with my chain nose pliers. I am just going to carefully put my chain nose pliers over the loop here, very close to the end, but not where the metal crosses. Then I'm going to go ahead and give it 3. Actually, I'm probably going to go maybe 4 because I'm going to come back up and around. So let's go 4 so that we can get a few really good loops up at the top. So I'm going to go 4 times around. Again, I do not know what I'm doing here yet. I've never done this before. So, I mean, I've done a wrap loop before, don't get me wrong, but I haven't done what I have in mind. Okay, because this is long and I don't think I have any long silver head pins. So let's go with this one first. We're going to go with this guy. Then we're going to go with this guy. Then we're going to go with this guy. Okay. Let's go here. Then let's go ahead and put in this little spacer. Let's go ahead and put in this. And let's go ahead and use the other spacer. Yeah. And then let's go ahead and use this guy. Okay, so now let's pull this all the way to the top, right? So now what I want to do is I wonder if I can bring this back around. So let's keep that the front, right? There's the front of my wrap loop. And then let's just kind of see if I can do this. Okay. All right. So sort of kind of got it. Let me get that turned a little bit. Then let's wrap around here, wrap around there. Let's go up like half. Let's go up the bead. How's that? Oh, we need to go a little bit closer. I hope this is getting on camera. Okay, so let's go right there. I don't think I did that very pretty, but you get the point. Let's go like that. Let's go like that. Let's go across like that. And then let's go wrapping one. Oops. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Okay. How's that? Kind of cute a little bit. I guess I could have, maybe that could have been done a little bit differently there. Let's see. Let's see if we can move that. No, I kind of like it in the front a little bit. Okay, so there we go. Let's go ahead and just get that trimmed off. And get that tucked in. Then what we can do is we have a cute little pendant here. And we can come in and if I didn't use that chain, I could make it the centerpiece and have a jump ring and have it have the chain jump ring onto the centerpiece there. But there we go. There's our extras. So that's what we just did with our leftovers. And I guess I probably didn't need to have that big chunk. I like it though. I'm kind of digging this. Even this looking all kind of cattywampus, I kind of dig it. And again, you don't have to have where this is all showing in the front. You can have it where maybe it just showed in the front, maybe on that side. I don't know. I guess you can go back and you can do it however you wish to do. But again, all we have left now from that strand are 5 crystal rondelles, and we have 4 rondelles here. And here's the deal. Look what I have. I have the smoke and mirrors bead mix to still work with. So guess what I'm going to do? These chunky rondelles fit perfectly in there. So we're going to be doing something with those. So be sure to not go too far away because we're going to come right back and we're going to be using smoke and mirrors for another project or two. So thank you for sticking around for the bonus project. And here is what we ended up making here with the paperclip chain and the beads from the blue steel strand. So I will put links to everything that I used today in the description. Be sure to like the video if you like and comment. I love to see what everybody has to say and subscribe. And until next time, have a good one.